the shadows beneath the city, where the lights never turn off, something started broadcasting. Not a station, not a company, not a government signal, a frequency. People called it Neon Dreams Club. At first, it was just whispers hidden inside broken radio waves. A glitch on a screen, a symbol appearing where it shouldn't exist. Most people ignored it, but the ones who felt disconnected from the world, the creators, the outsiders, the sleepless, they heard something different. A message, not about fame, not about followers, not about money, about freedom, about expression, about becoming real again, deep underground, hidden beneath abandoned tunnels and forgotten streets. A movement was growing. Artists, musicians, hackers, dreamers, people rejected by the system found each other through the signal. And once they tuned in, they never tuned out, because Neon Dreams Club wasn't built to entertain people. It was built to wake them up. While the city kept people distracted, tired, obedient, the signal spread through every crack in the system. And somewhere above it all, CMERA was watching, monitoring, listening, preparing to shut it down before it spread too far. But they were already too late. The signal had escaped the underground. People were beginning to find each other, to remember who they were, to feel alive again. And for the first time in years, the city was starting to wake up, in a city that never truly sleeps. A signal begins to spread, not through television, not through the radio, something deeper, hidden beneath the noise of the city, beneath the advertisements, beneath the distractions. There is another frequency. Most people never notice it. Some hear the signal and ignore it. Some hear it and become curious. And some are changed by it forever. Nobody knows who created the broadcast. Nobody knows where it comes from. But every night, more screens begin glitching. More devices begin picking it up. More people begin listening. An unknown logo, a strange frequency, a message hidden inside static. NDC, Neon Dreams Club. The signal doesn't ask permission. It doesn't advertise itself. It finds people when they're alone, late at night, in dark rooms, on empty streets. It reaches the people the system forgot, the exhausted, the disconnected, the creators trying to survive inside a world designed to numb them. And somewhere beneath the city, someone is broadcasting, a masked figure hidden behind walls of monitors and stolen frequencies. No name, no identity, only a voice speaking directly into the silence people carry inside themselves. And once you hear it, there's no going back, because the signal was never meant to entertain people. It was meant to wake them up. The city doesn't understand what's happening yet, but deep below the skyline, the broadcast has already begun. And for the first time, you finally tuned in. It starts quietly, a whisper hidden inside static, an unknown broadcast appearing for only a few seconds before disappearing again. Most people think it's a glitch, a corrupted signal, pirate interference, a broken frequency lost in the noise of the city. But the signal keeps returning, not asking for attention, taking it. A name begins spreading through underground chats, hidden forums, abandoned radio channels, and late-night conversations whispered between strangers. Neon Dreams Club. Nobody knows where it is. Nobody knows who runs it. But somehow, everyone feels it. Nyx hears the signal before anyone else around her does. She moves through the city at night, watching people chase distractions that never fill the emptiness inside them. Clubs, music, noise, temporary highs. But when the signal reaches her, something changes. For the first time in years, she feels understood. Echo experiences it differently. To him, sound carries emotion. Every frequency means something. And hidden inside the NDC signal, he hears something impossible. Honesty, not polished lies, not manufactured entertainment. Something real. The signal feels less like a broadcast and more like a heartbeat. And soon, others begin following it too. Some come for the music. Some come searching for escape. Some come because they're exhausted pretending to be someone they're not. And some come for revenge against a world that taught them to stay silent. The deeper the signal spreads, the stranger the city becomes. Old stairways suddenly lead somewhere new. Doors hidden beneath prized frequencies. And buried beneath the city, behind dead transit lines and forgotten infrastructure, there's a room, a hidden broadcast station, built from stolen equipment, broken screens, rewired speakers, and pure obsession. A place powered by dreams, chaos, creativity, and rebellion. At the center of it all is the operator, faceless animal, the man behind the signal. No government record, no confirmed identity, only rumors. A ghost wearing a mask, broadcasting directly into the emotional cracks of the city. And every night, his signal grows stronger. The signal never sleeps. He says quietly into the microphone, "Neither do we." And somewhere above the underground city, millions continue living normal lives, without realizing the frequency has already begun changing everything. City of Echoes, brighter than the stars above it, but colder than the truth buried underneath. Every street is connected, every screen is listening, every person is being watched, and nobody is truly free. Even dreams, no matter where people look, they find it. The signal never sleeps. At first people thought it was marketing, a game, a stunt, a viral campaign designed to hijack attention. But this feels different, because Neon Dreams Club isn't selling distraction, it's exposing it. Underground clubs begin pulsing with unauthorized frequencies. Bass shakes concrete walls, while purple light floods hidden rooms beneath the city. But this isn't just music. It's a frequency, a feeling, a shared emotional current connecting people who spent their whole lives believing they're alone. Creators hear it, outsiders hear it, and once they do, they begin finding each other. Nyx moves through the city's dark corners like she was born from them. She doesn't trust easily. The city taught her survival before it ever taught her peace. But the signal reached something inside her she thought died years ago. Hope. Echo hears something even deeper, hidden inside every broadcast. Beneath the distortion, he hears emotion itself. Pain transformed into sound, chaos transformed into connection. The signal speaks directly to his heart. And then, there are those who begin following not for answers, but for change. The club. Rumors spread faster every night. Whispers about stairways that shouldn't exist. Doors hidden inside abandoned infrastructure. Maps leading nowhere. Until suddenly they do. Because somewhere beneath the city, there's a source. A hidden broadcast room glowing beneath layers of concrete and forgotten systems. An operator. A voice. A mask. A message carried through stolen frequencies and emotional static. Faceless animal. Nobody knows who he really is. But people don't follow him because they know him. They follow him because the signal reminds them who they are. And now, whether they realize it or not, they're part of the feed, part of the frequency, part of something larger than themselves. Welcome to Neon Dreams Club. The words echo across hidden speakers, while the city continues pretending nothing is changing. But deep down, everyone can feel it. The signal never sleeps. Somewhere beneath the city lights, beneath the endless advertisements, beneath the distractions, beneath the noise, something waits. Nyx feels it before she understands it. Echo hears it before he can explain it. And together, they follow the signal deeper underground. Every hallway becomes stranger. Every staircase feels hidden from the world above. Graffiti covers the walls like warnings left behind by people who came before them. Follow the signal. The words glow in neon purple across the darkness, like the city itself is trying to guide them somewhere forbidden. Then they find the doors, massive steel entrances buried beneath the transit tunnels. No official markings, no records, no explanation for why they exist. Only one symbol glowing above the entrance. NDC. The signal chooses who enters. Not everyone can hear it. Not everyone is ready. But when the frequency recognizes you, the doors open, slowly, like the city itself is breathing. And behind those doors, everything changes. The room beyond isn't just a hideout. It's the heart of the feed. A hidden world built from abandoned technology, stolen systems, rewired speakers, flickering monitors, and raw creativity. Broadcast towers pulse through the walls. Live feeds stream across dozens of screens. Music, art code, emotions, memories, all connected together into one living frequency. And standing in the center of it all is Faceless Animal, the operator, the ghost behind the broadcasts, the man the city whispers about, but nobody truly understands. Nyx and Echo finally see him for the first time, not as a rumor, not as a symbol, as something real. He turns slowly toward them beneath walls of glowing static and purple light. "The signal never sleeps," he says quietly. "Neither do we." The room falls silent, because everyone inside understands something the outside world still doesn't. This was never just a club, never just music, never just a broadcast. This is a movement. The first signal was only the beginning. And now, the world is finally listening. Faceless Animal places his hand against the microphone, while the live feed pulses brighter across every screen in the room. "Welcome to Neon Dreams Club," he says. "Stay tuned. Stay alive."
The signal keeps spreading. More people tune in. More people wake up. More people begin remembering who they were before the world taught them to stay numb. And somewhere high above the city, the system begins to panic. Inside the towers of CMERA Command, alarms flood every screen. Unauthorized broadcasts detected. Signal expansion critical. The numbers don't make sense anymore. Every attempt to suppress the frequency only causes it to spread faster. "It's not slowing down," one analyst whispers. "It's accelerating." Director Vale watches the city from behind reinforced glass, while purple glitches crawl across public screens outside. He understands the danger better than anyone. This isn't random chaos anymore. This is awakening, and awakening cannot be controlled. "If they want to share their frequency," Vale says coldly, "then we'll show them ours." Emergency protocols activate instantly. Blackout protocol initiated. Armored CMERA units flood the streets. Drones rise into the sky. Orders echo across encrypted channels. Jam the feed. Shut down the hubs. Arrest the broadcasters. Eliminate the influence. But underground, Neon Dreams Club is already adapting. Echo sits surrounded by static-filled monitors, while interference floods through the system. "They hit our nodes," he says quietly. "They're trying to kill the signal." Around him, warning messages flash red across every screen. Signal disruption detected. But Faceless Animal doesn't panic, because he already understands something the system still doesn't. "You can jam a frequency," he says into the microphone, "but you can't jam a feeling. You can shut down a broadcast, but you can't silence a movement." The room goes still. Purple light flickers across the cracked mask covering his face. The signal isn't something we send anymore. It's something we are. Outside, the city changes. CMERA vans patrol the streets, while drones sweep across rooftops, searching for hidden broadcasts. But the signal keeps leaking through every crack, because people are carrying it now. Inside headphones, inside memories, inside emotions they forgot they still had. Nyx watches the armored units move through the streets and realizes something terrifying. The system is afraid, not of violence, of freedom. Because freedom leaves no clean trail behind. And the more they hunt the signal, the stronger it becomes. More people begin gathering beneath glowing NDC signs. More creators step out of hiding. More listeners tune in. The movement is no longer underground. It's alive. A girl standing beneath purple lights stares upward with tears in her eyes. "I never felt this alive," she whispers. "I never felt this seen." And across every hidden frequency in the city, the message spreads louder than ever before. One frequency, millions of hearts. We aren't just a club. We are a revolution. Tune in. Wake up. Take back.
The signal leads deeper than anyone expected. Not just into hidden rooms, but into hidden people. Places the city forgot. Creators the system tried to erase. Dreamers who refused to die quietly. Nyx, Echo, and the others move deeper into the underground network beneath Neon Dreams Club. What they find isn't chaos. It's community. An entire hidden world built between abandoned infrastructure and forgotten frequencies. A home for people who never fit inside the system above. Beatsmiths crafting entire worlds from sound. Visual artists turning emotion into light. Code artists rewriting systems designed to control people. Story weavers giving voices to the ignored. Frequency experimenters testing emotional broadcasts no algorithm can understand. Nobody asks where you came from. Nobody asks how much money you make. Nobody asks for permission to exist. Inside Neon Dreams Club, people are valued for what they feel, not what they produce. Not what they own, what they feel. The rooms pulse with music and static while creators work through the night beneath glowing NDC symbols. Some came broken, some came exhausted, some arrived after hearing a single song that stopped them from disappearing forever. Every person carries a different reason for tuning in, but they all carry the same hunger: connection. Echo walks through the underground halls listening carefully. He hears things nobody else can. Not just voices. What's underneath them? Fear, hope, pain. The sound of people finally allowing themselves to exist honestly. Nyx feels it too. Every emotion inside the underground frequency crashes against her like waves she can't turn off. The joy, the loneliness, the anger, the truth. At first it overwhelms her. Then she realizes something important. The signal isn't trying to fix people. It's trying to remind them they were never broken for feeling deeply in the first place. Inside one hidden room, creators gather around flickering monitors and old speakers while purple light spills across the walls. Nobody pretends to be perfect there. Nobody hides behind masks designed for survival. For the first time in years, people speak honestly. About fear, about isolation, about dreams they buried because the world told them they were unrealistic. And for the first time, they aren't speaking into silence. Faceless Animal watches quietly from the shadows while the underground world grows larger around him. This place was never supposed to become this big. But the signal evolved beyond him. It became something alive, something emotional, something human. The signal isn't just a sound, Echo says softly while listening to the frequencies pulse through the walls. It's a community. Nyx looks around the room filled with creators, drifters, coders, musicians, and people the city abandoned long ago. For the first time, she doesn't feel alone. And somewhere above them, the city still sleeps beneath endless advertisements and artificial noise, without realizing a revolution is already growing underneath its feet. Neon Dreams Club grows beyond anything Faceless Animal imagined, deeper than clubs, deeper than music, deeper than the streets themselves. The signal has built its own heartbeat beneath the city. Inside the underground network, massive data streams pulse through walls like veins carrying emotion instead of blood. Dreams, heartbeats, memories, pain, hope, all mixed together into one living frequency. Nobody fully understands how it works anymore, not even the people who built it, but everyone can feel it working, because the signal doesn't care about your past. It doesn't care who you used to be. It cares about who you're becoming. Nyx stands beneath glowing purple lights while the city's noise fades further away behind her. For years she survived by staying emotionally disconnected. But here, for the first time, she feels like she belongs somewhere. Around her, broken people begin finding purpose. Lost souls find family. People the system labeled as failures suddenly begin creating things that make others feel alive again. And Echo realizes something even stranger. The world doesn't feel loud anymore. For the first time in his life, it feels like home. Live feeds stream constantly across hidden rooms beneath the city. Secret shows, pop-up broadcasts, underground performances. Every moment becomes memory. Nobody owns the signal. Nobody controls it. There are no borders, no chains, only pure frequency. People dance. People scream. People create. Not because they were told to, because they finally want to. Faceless Animal watches the movement grow from the shadows while purple static flickers across his cracked mask. The signal keeps the city alive. But secretly, it keeps him alive too. Sometimes he wonders if he created the signal, or if the signal created him. But outside the underground world, something darker is growing. Wanted posters begin appearing across the city. Public enemy. Dangerous broadcaster. The government wants Faceless Animal silenced. Not because he's violent, because he's inspiring people. Because the signal is teaching people to think emotionally instead of obediently. And that terrifies the system more